First race of the day was pretty good. Got out there, it was a little bit snappy, obviously. But I really do enjoy sailing in that kind of conditions, and it was a good race. I mean, we all kind of stacked up a couple times, but I just must have stacked a little bit fewer, and luckily got to sneak out at the end. It was fresh. I mean, it was definitely over 25, but I think the shiftiness of the breeze was what was making it really hard to deal with. And I got blown over twice on the top reach leg. I knew pretty much all the front guys with me also got blown over twice.
Yeah, it was pretty fresh today. It was probably getting up around 30 knots, and on the way to the start I did 31.8 knots just sort of sitting on the wing, so I figured it was going to be a bit on, and I had a good start, but then sort of capsized about 10 seconds off the line and got it going again and had another capsize up the beat and was sort of back in about 12th, but figured everyone was going to have a capsize at some point, so I had a chance to catch up. But then I had 6 more swims on the way to the outer top mark and sort of sliced my arm a bit and took some skin off my leg and lost my GPS in the process, so I can't prove actually how fast I did go. But yeah, just sort of managed to get around, and I think I ended up second in the end. I had a capsize just before the finish, so I was pretty happy with the end result.
The waves were getting quite big down there, and that definitely causes a lot of problems. You could see it was just carnage. If you don't get it right, then you go under, and so I am used to it, but yeah, it's still, I haven't done enough training in it.
Yeah, well, the race was tough, obviously. It's pretty fresh. I was capsized with about 30 seconds to go and just got it up, and I was well back from the line when we started, but I just chewed through the fleet, got into a good position at the top mark, but then couldn't get across the top reach, put it in the piss about 5 or 6 times. But yeah, I did set a speed record, for me anyway, of 31.1 knots, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Race 2 for the third day of racing, I got off the line pretty well. Tom Slingsby and Peter Burling had better starts than me and were leading around the course, but unfortunately Tom blew up his mast stump and Pete hooked some weeds, so it gave him the opportunity to move through, and just sort of waited for a mistake and came through and ended up winning it. The last day of racing I made some handling errors and had some bad results, but now the drop's in, some of my results were sort of towards between 5 and 10 somewhere, so they weren't terrible, and I'd probably move up towards around 5th now, I'd say, so it's all to play for in the last day.